Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome. It's great to have you with us. What a speech last night. Holy cow. Jeez.
Was it over yet? I felt
ended.
like it was going to go on forever and ever.
It ended 5 minutes ago.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, you can have your cigarette.
All right, good. Finally.
Whatever you're going to do.
I didn't think it was ever going to end.
Longest in history, apparently. I guess, here's what I read. Bill Clinton had the record at 98 minutes. Is that what you've read?
No.
No.
That is not.
Okay, you did not read that Clinton had the record at 98.
No.
And Trump just eclipsed that by 100 minutes. So
nearly 100 minutes.
It was 2 minutes longer.
It was not 100 minutes.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, my gosh. USA Today article for what that's worth.
Yeah, okay, what did they
Clinton's
say?
final State of the Union in 2000.
114.
Lasted 1 hour, 28 minutes, and 49 seconds.
1 hour, 28 minutes? Okay, so that's only...
That's what you just said, 98 minutes.
Yeah,
right?
well, no.
No?
That's an
No,
hour
that's
and...
not.
That's 88 minutes, right?
88 minutes.
Yeah, that's 88 minutes.
Keith
Put it
Math
together with
strikes
18
again.
minutes, you got your 30 minutes.
That's
So
simple.
it was a 30-minute speech.
So hold on. Are we including the Al Green rain delay in Trump's total?
I don't know. I guess so. Probably.
Yeah, we have to,
I think they're
right?
including all of it.
Yeah, we have to.
Yep. But...
I mean, it's better than a Fidel Castro speech. Those just the last 5 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We got off lucky there.
And you don't want to be the one to tell Fidel, hey, why don't
Wrap it up.
To wrap this thing up, Fidel.
Well, you can tell him now. Doesn't matter quite so much.
Tell his son.
now.
Yeah.
Justin.
But what an embarrassment the Democrats are.
Oh, my God.
Absolutely. Start to finish.
They should be absolutely ashamed and humiliated. They are an embarrassment. Bordering on, I don't know, treason? Is that too strong?
I mean, you think of
Is treason too strong a word?
I think it is. I think it is. for that,
Okay.
yeah.
some of the
right.
antics that they...
That's about the only word strong enough to describe how disgusted I am with them, though.
I was just looking back old news articles when Joe Wilson yelled "You lie" at Obama, and they were
apoplectic.
Oh, the world stopped.
absolutely.
Yeah.
They were out of their minds.
But boy, it's totally fine now.
But
and more than what he did.
And not only that, I mean they continued it through the entire speech.
Yep.
And Al Green wouldn't stop. He kept yelling as the president was speaking. And what was it? He was yelling,
You don't have a mandate?
You don't have a mandate. Yeah. Jeez, really? Is it that important? You have to stand there and yell it at him? Till they finally had to remove him.
Yeah, do you want to see the whole 3 minutes of that exchange? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's play that one here. Wait, what clip is this?
Is this cut 47?
I don't know.
That's what we're looking for. If this isn't it,
47?
go ahead and stop it.
Yeah, if this isn't 47.
Yeah,
But we want
cut
the whole thing.
Cut 47. Which tells you that there's quite a few cuts today.
Yeah.
Quite a few,
No doubt.
How
quite a
many
few
do we
video
have here?
clips.
Total here.
And here it is, I think.
On a map that reads almost completely red for Republican. Now, for the first time in modern history, more Americans believe that our
So you can
country
hear him
is
yelling
headed in the right
the
direction
background.
than the wrong
Now, Speaker
direction.
Johnson grabs the microphone.
It's an astonishing record.
And his gavel.
27-point swing, the most ever.
I love seeing all the old people having to stand up so many times.
Yeah.
Likewise, small business optimism saw its single largest one-month gain
Still
ever
yelling.
recorded, a 41-point jump.
Vance says right away.
Get it. Oh, gavel time. I love this from Johnson.
Members are
Yeah, this
directed
is awesome.
to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions.
I've never seen it.
That's your warning.
I don't think anybody's seen this before.
Members are engaging in willful and continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the sergeant at arms to restore order to the joint.
Yeah! Yeah! Bring the sergeant at arms.
They knew this was coming. That's why he has the script there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. They knew this crap was coming.
They absolutely knew.
A-holes.
And really,
You've been warned. Sit down.
Just too bad somebody didn't get a beatdown before they were taken out.
Hey, the cane was there.
Mr. Green, take your seat.
Mr. Green, take your seat.
Take your seat, sir.
Oh,
Take your seat.
shut up, you fool!
It's just embarrassing.
Finding that
Again,
members
it's
continue to
embarrassing.
engage in willful
Yep.
and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the sergeant at arms to restore order.
Good.
Get
Good.
out!
Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
Don't make me drag
There we
your
go.
ass.
that would have been good.
There we go.
Get out.
Pause it. Now, back in the day, somebody would have taken that cane and beat him with it.
Beat him silly.
Fortunately, we're not.
not
That's
in that
not
day.
We're not in that day.
Yeah, we're getting close.
We
Keep
were
this-
in
keep
that
this up.
day
Yeah.
at one point, but we're not now, and that's a good thing.
If you say so.
So he was escorted out, though. Let's watch that because that's kind of fun.
A whole team comes to drag him out. Let's go, you.
Grab him by that ponytail and drag him out.
How embarrassing
I know.
and shameful if they had shame. Oh, turn
Look, he's
around
still
and keep
yelling
walking.
at the president. Piece of garbage. Get out. He's gone downhill a long way since Let's Stay
Members are
Together.
directed to uphold and
has.
maintain decorum in the House.
Yeah.
Mr. President, continue.
Thank you.
I hope he's still in jail.
Over the past 6 weeks,
Wow. Okay, so, I mean, I've never seen that. I don't think I've ever seen the speaker have to break in like that.
Right.
During a State of the Union speech or a joint address to Congress, whatever you want to call this.
Yeah, and when we get these speeches, you normally
Wow.
just get Sergeant at Arms just say, Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States. They actually
Yeah.
had to do something
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what made me stick around to watch the whole stupid thing.
I know.
It's like the sex scene in the first episode of a show.
Yeah.
All right, you got me. I'll stick around for the entire series.
Yeah, just see if it happens again.
Oh, that's a good analogy.
When you know
Jeffy.
for a fact that they just tried to suck you in with that first
Right,
thing.
that's
yeah.
always
And
the
it works.
case.
But it works. I don't know. It's really frustrating. And again, it's embarrassing to the United States of America.
but I mean,
We're better than this.
Congratulations to Al Green, the only Democrat to stand up all night.
Yeah.
Oh,
For the
yeah,
wrong
well,
reasons.
that's a good point.
Wow, they were pathetic.
Yep.
That's for sure.
Start to finish. Pathetic.
I mean, they couldn't even clap for a little
Nope,
cancer
they couldn't.
kid.
They couldn't clap for the cancer kid who was made an honorary member of the Secret Service. He's 13 years old. His lifelong desire has been to be a police officer. They sort of made him one last
Should have
night.
already.
Yeah.
I mean,
They couldn't even clap for that.
They told him that he wouldn't live as long as he has.
Gosh. And
They couldn't clap for that. That's
Trump
unbelievable.
mentioned there is nothing I can do to make these people happy.
Yeah.
And that's exactly right. There is nothing he could do. Not a single thing.
I
He
thought
could
it
pay off the entire debt and they find a problem with it.
It's not good enough.
You know, you know what? I'm going to dip into my own bank account. I'm going to pay off the $36 trillion. Okay? They'd still hate his guts.
Yeah. Where'd you get that money from?
Yeah, Russia? Did Putin give that
That's
to
exactly right.
you? It's again, it's despicable. These are just hideous people. Representative Lance Gooden from Texas ripped down one of the signs. This is cut 49.
Yeah.
This is before it all started,
Kinda
right?
set the stage,
Before
yeah.
all the fireworks began.
Look at this. Watch the sign to the right.
This is not normal.
Watch this. Just watch that sign. Wait for it. Mm-hmm. Give me that.
Throw it away.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Of course, there was a lot more signs where those.
This
came
is not
from.
normal.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what Gooden said afterward. It's not normal for men to play in women's sports. It's not normal for children to have gender surgery. It's not normal for tax dollars to fund trans mice. What today's Democrat Party stands for is not normal.
Amen.
That's great stuff. So thank you, Lance Gooden from Texas. He's a good one. See what I did there? Golly. All right.
I don't think Keith thought it was funny.
No,
I did.
Keith didn't seem like it.
No, I didn't like it at all.
I was just trying to think if he
I
was.
thought it was genius.
I thought it was
He's
funny.
like,
That's what I thought it was
into
funny.
it.
No,
Not
I was
really
just in
into
deep
it.
thought, wondering how long you stayed up last night coming up with that one.
Till about 3. It only took me till around 3. So I got a good 15 minutes of sleep, and then I was ready to try it out.
It's almost too much.
It is. Because you wake up
almost too
groggy
much,
when you
yeah.
get 15 full minutes of sleep. I was too fired up from the speech and the game last night.
Yeah, double overtime, I heard.
Double overtime win in Ames. BYU over Iowa State. 88-85 in double overtime.
Wow.
Securing the double bye.
Oh, yeah, the double bye.
In the Big 12 tourney. Nice.
Oh, real nice.
What's cool is, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on
What
this,
happened?
but I just have to mention.
What happened to Iowa? They used to be good.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Iowa State. Yes,
Yeah, Iowa State,
I know
yeah,
until
in Ames. I thought they
BYU
were
beat
good.
them. Same with Arizona. Same with Kansas. It's the same with all these schools.
I don't understand.
What the hell happened
the
to them
Big 12
all?
has gone down, man.
What is it? The Sun Conference or whatever that conference is now? So BYU football picked 13th. They finished tied for first in the league. BYU basketball picked 9th. They're now 4th. It's been a good season.
Awesome.
Been a good season. All right. 888-900-3393 with your thoughts on what happened last night. We'll get into that coming up. But let me first tell you about Bank on Yourself. Are you being lied to? They tell you to defer taxes by saving in a 401k or an IRA, claiming that you're going to retire at a lower tax bracket. But if that's true, why are so many retirees stuck in the highest tax bracket of their lives? It's time to get the truth and discover a better way to grow and protect your money. Bank on Yourself is the proven retirement plan alternative that banks in Wall Street desperately hope you never hear about. It gives you guaranteed, predictable growth and retirement income. Your plan won't shrink when the markets crash. Your principal and gains are locked in, so you're going to enjoy tax-free retirement income. 0 taxes under current tax law, shielding you from the incoming tax tsunami. Plus, you're in control. You can access your money anytime for emergencies or opportunities. There's no penalties. There's no restrictions. And it keeps growing like you never touched it. Beat inflation with guaranteed annual growth and enjoy peace of mind knowing your retirement savings minimum value years in advance. So you can get your free report by... this will reveal how to bank on yourself at bankonyourself.com/unleashed. That's bankonyourself.com/unleashed. All one word. bankonyourself.com/unleashed.
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
All right, so now that we got some of the preliminaries out of the way, let's get to some of the things that the president actually had to say last night. They allotted 2 hours and 10 minutes for this thing, and we were a little shocked by that yesterday, but really, it kind of worked out that way.
Yeah.
It was almost that long. So, longest speech ever. I don't know if the 1800s, if that, sometimes those speeches were excruciating, like they lasted for days. But
what's the longest inaugural speech? It's oh gosh, who was that? Do you remember the president that was out there for?
There was somebody, but I don't remember which one.
I'll
Was it
look
the
it
guy who got pneumonia and died after?
Yeah, I think it was Harrison's speech that was the longest, but I forget how long it was.
He was out there
2 hours. Yeah,
2 hours.
Yeah, okay.
For an inaugural speech, dude. Okay, save your
won.
life.
You
Get
won.
inside. You won. Okay.
That would have been
Go
would
inside.
be a great speech. Thank you for voting for me. To my opponents,
Right.
I won.
Yeah, better luck next
Good
time
night.
or not. See you later.
Go home now.
So here's President Trump's opening statement about America being back.
Members of the United States Congress, thank you very much. And to my fellow citizens, America is back.
Yeah.
Sure does feel like it.
That's the crowd stance.
I mean, they didn't stand for anything.
Nothing.
Not even for America, not for a terrorist that blew up our soldiers in Afghanistan being extradited back.
They just hate him so much.
Yeah. They hate him. They hate America.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
It's almost somebody called it treason.
Almost. Yeah, it's almost like that.
Some call it treason.
But here he talked about his swift, unrelenting action.
6 weeks ago, I stood beneath the dome of this Capitol and proclaimed the dawn of the golden age of America. From that moment on, it has been nothing but swift and unrelenting action.
No kidding.
To usher in the greatest and most successful era in the history of our country. We have accomplished more in 43 days than most administrations accomplished in 4 years or 8 years, and we are just getting started.
Think about it.
I did think about it while he was saying it last night. I thought,
you.
he's right. You know what? He's right. He got that one right. He talked about the executive orders. He's only done 100. Well, I keep hearing 300 or 400. But I think he mentioned executive actions as well as executive orders. And so I think that's where the bigger numbers come from. They combine the two, but they're not exactly the same thing. But here he is talking about executive orders.
Over the past 6 weeks, I have signed nearly 100 executive orders and taken more than 400 executive actions, a record to restore common sense, safety, optimism, and wealth all across our wonderful land. The people elected me to do the job, and I'm doing it.
Yes, you are.
So the actions, I don't have to do the actions? The actions are just like a suggestion, but the orders I have to do?
I'm not sure exactly what the difference is. I don't know. We'll have to look into that.
I got to find that out.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that. But here he talks about his first month being the most successful and passing in Washington.
In fact, it has been stated by many that the first month of our presidency, it's our presidency, is the most successful in the history of our nation. By many.
By many.
And what makes it even more impressive is that, do you know who number 2 is? George Washington. How about that? How about that? I don't know about that list, but
yeah, me neither.
But we'll take it.
Yeah. I wish you'd skip that part, Don't try not to compare yourself to George Washington or Abraham Lincoln or Thomas Jefferson. That's maybe that's just me, but I would skip that part.
What a Pat Gray rule of thumb.
Yes. Do not tell us that you've surpassed George Washington, the founder of this nation. Okay?
But
you certainly surpassed anybody in this century.
Oh,
That's
yes.
for darn sure, and most of the last
We could say
century.
that.
Yeah, you could say that. I've done. He's probably done better than Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
And you would have to go back to Calvin Coolidge to find a president who even compares to what Trump has done. So far.
Let George be.
But let George be.
Let George be.
Yes. Yes. The founders have a special place in our hearts and a special reverence that I don't like messed with. But he also called out the left for not cheering. This is good stuff.
This is my 5th such speech to Congress. And once again, I look at the Democrats in front of me, and I realize there is absolutely nothing I can say to make them happy,
That's right.
or to make them stand or smile or applaud. Nothing I can do. I could find a cure to the most devastating disease, a disease that would wipe out entire nations, or announce the answers to the greatest economy in history, or the stoppage of crime to the lowest levels ever recorded. And these people sitting right here will not clap, will not stand, and certainly will not cheer for these astronomical achievements. They won't do it, no matter what.
Right. That is
five
true.
times I've been up here.
Mm-hmm.
It's very sad, and it just shouldn't be this way.
Right.
All right.
I'm glad he made that point because, again, it's embarrassing.
So we're going to ask the Sergeant at Arms to just take him out of here.
Yeah.
We
Get
didn't
them all
want
out.
him here. We didn't want any of them here.
I'd be in favor of that.
That would be awesome.
Just sitting on their hands anyway. Get them out of there.
Yeah, I mean,
You people up top, come on down. You
Yeah.
got some seats down here for you to sit in. Come on.
and the Democrats there in the chamber are playing an interesting game, especially when Charlie Kirk posted these numbers, these poll numbers. These are Trump's approval ratings by age.
Yeah. Okay.
65 plus.
Wow. Look at the biggest approval rating from 18 to 39-year-olds.
Yeah.
Wow. 60%.
Yeah. So 65 plus, 45%.
Wow.
40 to 64, 46%. 18 to 39, 60% approval rating for Donald Trump.
That's pretty mind-boggling.
That is incredible.
Wow. And these are the voters they want and need.
Yep.
And you're just
It's almost if
blowing him off.
It's almost as if he has a mandate.
It's almost like that. But don't tell Al Green that.
Don't do that.
Wow. Pretty incredible. All right. Before we share more of the speech last night, let me tell you about Raycon. Anybody else feel like March is total chaos between spring, birds chirping and the nonstop noise from my TV? It's chaos. You got work, you got workouts. Everything's interrupted. That's until I found Raycon's everyday earbuds with active noise cancellation. They silence the madness. These are my go-to. These are my go-to earbuds because they stay in your ears. And if they don't stay in your ears, what's the point of having them there?
I love them.
So irritating when they don't. I love them too.
I do. I use them all the time.
All the time. Me too. And they're just fantastic. They sound great. And they stay in your ears. They've got a 32-hour battery life, multi-point connectivity, pairing with 2 devices at once. Plus, with quick charge, 10 minutes gives you 90 minutes of playtime. So it's really perfect for your really busy days at half the price of the other premium brands. Raycon delivers really big. They come in vibrant colors, too. My favorites, the carbon black. Sleek, it's bold. Like nothing I've seen before. I love how they stay in my eardrums. As I mentioned, I've got little small ear holes for some reason. Teeny little ones. So they've got a gel tip that fits my teeny little ear holes.
And you're willing to say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just ear holes is what I'm talking about here.
I know what you're saying, but that's kind of weird.
It's okay. He's born that way. Leave him alone.
Right. What am I supposed to do about it?
I do love the 2 devices at once, though, and I mean
great.
this seriously. I sit and use the headphones to the laptop and my phone. I love that.
Great.
So you have to go back and forth. It's already hooked up. I love it.
It's awesome. And when your wife is sleeping and you can't sleep and you just put the earbuds in and you can listen to music or podcasts,
your
scriptures.
Yeah.
I'm sure Jeffy's huge on that, right?
And I like to have those throughout the house, really, to be honest. I don't use headphones for that, but that's another story.
Okay. Plus, they've got a 30-day happiness guarantee, so no questions asked if you want to return them. Go to buyraycon.com/Pat, and you'll get 20% off the best-selling everyday earbuds. It's actually /gray. That's buyraycon.com/gray. Buyraycon, B-U-Y, raycon.com/gray. Brought to you by Raycon.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
So Trump also talked about leaving all the anti-American bills and treaties behind. Cut
I
7.
terminated the ridiculous Green New Scam. I withdrew from the unfair Paris Climate Accord, which was costing us trillions of dollars that other countries were not paying.
Right.
Thank you.
I withdrew
And not abiding
from the
by.
corrupt World Health Organization.
Yes! Oh, the Democrats hate this so much.
Oh, my God.
Oh, they hate
And I
it.
Every
also
ounce of
withdrew
it.
from the anti-American UN Human Rights Council.
Thank you. And thank you for that. That's great.
We ended all of Biden's environmental restrictions that were making our country far less safe and totally unaffordable. And importantly, we ended the last administration's insane electric vehicle mandate, saving our auto workers and companies from economic destruction.
Nice. It's good stuff. That is good stuff. I'm surprised he on those issues he didn't get more feedback from the Democrats. Yelling about how he's lying or how terrible.
You're killing the earth.
Yeah,
the planet.
But I think they know. And I think they know the American people are good with this stuff.
Well, I mean, in Joe Biden's word, the proof is in the pudding, or however he used to say it, because Americans were not buying the product. They don't want the products.
It's for sure. Do we have where he talked about the letter from Zelenskyy?
That was close to the very end.
We've got so many. Was it?
Yeah.
Kind of interesting.
We'll look for that. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
He got a letter from Zelenskyy, and apparently he's a little more contrite now.
He most definitely
been
is.
A couple of days, and he's backing off.
Oh, yes, he most definitely is. I saw a post,
tantrum.
I assumed that it was real, but I never know these days. I saw a post on X that was a long post where he's, bending the knee, and I'm like, bro.
Yeah, too late. I mean, should have done that while you were here.
Yes.
We could have taken care of all of this. Maybe you'd have peace by now, but you had to be defiant. You had to stand up to him.
Yep.
And these Democrats who want to continue to escalate the Ukrainian situation, have you learned nothing from our past mistakes? I mean, I'll admit, it took me a while to learn, but I get it now. I get it. I just recently watched the documentary, the Ridley Scott documentary, Surviving Black Hawk Down. Have you seen that?
Oh, I don't know that I've seen the.
He did. I think he did Black Hawk Down, right?
Yeah.
So now he's done. He went back and did a documentary, and he talks to a lot of the Army Rangers who were actually there, some of the Delta Force members. He also talks to Somalians who were fighting against us.
Interesting.
It's fascinating. So
I'm sure they were both being funded by USAID money.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure that's true. But, here we were desperately trying to help starving Somalians in this. They were in the midst of civil war because their murderous war criminal warlord, Mohammed Adid, was commandeering all of the supplies we were trying to send to them. All their food, all their supplies. So they had this massive humanitarian crisis. And we were going to try to capture Adid so that Somalians wouldn't continue to starve.
Right.
We were there to save them. And what happened? Well, they turned on us. I mean, our military presence was misinterpreted by a lot of them. Right. And over a short period of time, they wound up becoming loyal to the warlord who was actually starving them to death. So it got to the point where thousands of Somalis attacked the very soldiers who were there to help them. So what happened? 18 Americans were killed, up to 1,000 Somalis in the Battle of Mogadishu. And of course, it was all for nothing.
Right.
Because they all died in vain. Clinton then pulled us out of Somalia almost immediately, right after it all happened. Beirut, what happened there? Almost exactly 10 years to the day before Mogadishu, we had 241 Marines who were killed in a truck bomb, if you remember. What happened there? It was so senseless. They all died for nothing.
Yep.
Because we pulled out immediately afterwards. As we're exiting Afghanistan, what happened? 13 American soldiers senselessly killed by a suicide bomber. As we're pulling out of that mess, when are we going to learn? When will enough be enough? None of these countries were grateful for our help, and neither is Zelenskyy, for that matter.
Certainly doesn't appear to be.
And here we are trying to do good in the world, and it almost never works out that way. So it's time for us to wake up. The other thing is, even if we were able to restore calm and peace, how did the so-called democracy work in Afghanistan? Not real well, did it?
No.
Is there a Mohammed Washington or a Habib Jefferson to help guide them to that afterwards? No, it turns out There weren't.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Just talking about American mistakes where we stuck our nose in where it didn't necessarily belong. Beirut, Mogadishu. Didn't even think about Benghazi.
Benghazi?
Remember that?
I do. I remember Benghazi, and that's it's unbelievable.
Another one.
Lost lives. That we just done with it. Oh,
yep. Then
some
we're just
guys
done.
took a walk, went out and took a walk at night, or whatever Hillary said they did.
And for that matter, Vietnam. 13-year war where we lose 56,000. 56,000 Americans. And then
for what?
The second we leave, the North takes over Saigon.
Yep.
The second we leave.
And, we were close to winning that, actually.
Of course we were.
I mean, we were very close to winning that because they had nothing left.
No, right.
And we were still strong.
But Walter Cronkite and others had turned public sentiment so much against the war that they just couldn't stay.
Right.
There was just too much opposition to it. All right. We're going to get back into the speech last night and finish up with that coming up. But first, let's chew the fat with Jeffy.
Let's do it.
Wednesday is here, so you know what that means. Like the moon to the sun, he will block out your screens. He was no gay god on the Isle of Spice. He saved the West, so better thank him twice. When you're in it, you're in it. You quote him on that. Jeffy, we're chewing the fat.
Yeah.
Think about it.
I like it.
I will remind you on Friday again, but daylight savings time this weekend. Time change this
already?
weekend.
Yep.
So
I hate it.
get ready to
Really hate that.
go ahead and lose an hour this
Losing
weekend.
because we're springing forward.
When are we going to stop the madness?
It's not gonna.
When?
Not soon. And it's not going to be soon enough. That's for sure. Yesterday was Mardi Gras Fat Tuesday, so that makes today Ash Wednesday, start of Lent. It ends on April 17th, Holy Thursday. That makes Good Friday the 18th, and then Easter, of course, the 20th. That's the way that works.
See, you could totally be Pope. You know all this stuff.
Yeah. Is it the 20th of March?
Yeah.
April.
April. Okay. So, got a ways.
Then we have the blood moon coming up next week. Total lunar eclipse is going to be visible. That's where the moon appears like it's covered in blood. And
It doesn't really, but doesn't really look like
how
that.
dare you? How dare you? Look at that. I mean, that picture right there we just showed, that was from, I think, last year.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look at that.
That
blood
looks like
red.
Looks blood red, or like a giant orange with some bruises on it.
There it is.
One of the two.
Something like that. Yeah. And then they're going to have another second total lunar eclipse in September. It's not going to be visible in the United States, but for our listeners in Africa, across much of Asia and the western half of Australia, you listeners will be able to see the next blood moon in September.
Okay.
A quick Pope Francis update. He seemed to be doing better this past weekend, but then had a big setback. Suffered 2 new acute respiratory crises Monday and was put back on non-invasive mechanical ventilation. I mean, it's just an oxygen mask. But he's continuing his fight with pneumonia. So the Pope rolls on, man. The Pope rolls on. He's not, for those of you, wishing that, the white smoke blows for me. He's got to die first. Anyway.
Or resign. He could do that, too.
Well, he can't do that because he's got the oxygen. He's got the non-invasive mechanical ventilation thing going on. So there's no talking. Calm down. It's going to start. Under the heading of things making a comeback, we have wildfires actively burning in North and South Carolina. This weekend, we had a blaze that forced evacuations and a state of emergency, the largest of them in the Carolina forest area near Myrtle Beach. That has spread to over 2,000 acres and remained largely uncontained as of yesterday morning. Officials listed around 160 wildfires in North Carolina as of yesterday, down from 200, though, so they're putting some of them out. You see on this map where they're located. All fires covered more than 2,300 acres, according to the North Carolina Forest Service. They can't seem to catch a break in the Carolinas, though, man. Rain, cold, now fires. Then we have measles in West Texas and New Mexico, 159 confirmed cases, according to the Texas Department of State Health Services. Case count up from 146 on Friday, spread across 9 counties in West Texas and the Panhandle, with no new counties impacted as of yesterday. Since late January, 22 people have been hospitalized, and sadly, 1 child has passed away. Then there are 9 cases reported by New Mexico health authorities, and the state officials said that they believe those are connected to the Texas outbreak. Really? You think? But they don't continue to grow. They were just holding steady at the 9 cases in New Mexico. And one last thing making a comeback that's probably one of my favorites. Cases of the hypercontagious bacterial disease dysentery in Oregon making a big comeback. Surged in this one county, this Multnomah County. 40 cases of sickness.
Was this on the Oregon Trail or the state of Oregon?
The state of Oregon.
Okay, I just wasn't sure.
Yeah, no, it's not the game. There is the game, the Oregon Trail, and you can have the
dysentery.
This is real life. This is real life imitating art, or is it art imitating? Anyway, the infection, also known as shigellosis, can spread through the exposure with infected feces, contaminated food or water, or sexual contact, with person-to-person the most common form of the transmission. Officials said 56% of the most recent cluster are believed to be among the homeless. The other cases are linked to methamphetamine and opiate usage. And the health agency said, when you don't have housing, it's harder to prevent infectious disease and harder to access care to treat disease compared to if you are housed. Okay. Still, I mean, we still have to deal with it. So the rise in Shigella cases in recent years are concerning, and there's multiple pathways. The good news is out of the dysentery, though, is the strains that are circulating in Oregon are resistant to various forms of antibiotics, with patients also experiencing fever, vomiting, and cramps. But the more severe strain that often leads to death isn't this strain. So you're going to end up with fever, vomiting, cramps.
Okay.
Sounds fun.
But you'll be alive.
You'll be fine.
Good.
You'll be fine.
Good.
You'll be able to continue on with your meth usage. No problem.
It's a relief.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth that does it again. He just named Fort Moore in Georgia back to Fort Benning in honor of Corporal Fred G. Benning. So they got rid of the military bases with the Confederate figures, and Fort Benning was part of a Southern general that nobody liked, which meant that he liked slaves, apparently. And so they got rid of it, but now it's named after Corporal Fred G. Benning from your neck of the woods in Nebraska.
My neck of the woods is Fort Benning. I'm from all over.
And so Corporal Benning was the guy. Now, Moore, the base's previous name now, after the original Fort Benning, it went to Fort Moore. That family is like, hey, what about, I mean, our guy was okay. Our guy was good. He was good. And so Hegseth, we'll take care of, we'll honor the legacy of the Moors in a way that celebrates his life and stuff. But we're going back to Fort Benning. Just the way it is. Be sure to subscribe to my daily show, Chewing the Fat, available wherever you get your podcasts. Please rate and review where possible. Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher. That'd be great. Your boy, Dan Patrick, the Lieutenant Governor of Texas, shared a post on his X account saying that he has filed a resolution to rename the steak cut to reflect the name of the Lone Star State. So he wants to better market Texas beef and show the representation for the state's approximately 12.2 million head of cattle. He wants to have the New York strip steak now called Texas strip.
All right.
So So
We got it.
Restaurants and grocery stores in the state are going to need to reprint their menus if it passes.
Stop.
It's going to be the Texas Strip.
So you would have to rename
this is
on your menu?
It's a resolution.
Resolutions aren't usually binding, so
Better not.
okay. It's not a law; it's a resolution, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. That's just symbolic, then, right? I mean, you can't.
Freedom fries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're
Texas
nobody-
Strip. I'll take a Texas Strip.
Yeah.
How many menus have you seen?
Nobody
that say
will call it
Freedom
that.
Fries?
Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody will call it that.
Stupid.
Too late for that. I mean, in the beginning, had
Yes,
you called it this
absolutely.
Texas Strip, it would have stuck, but not now.
Not now. Yeah,
Not now. So, how well do you sleep at night? Real peace of mind comes from knowing your family is prepared for anything. My Patriot Supply, America's most trusted name in emergency preparedness, is offering a limited time discount on their best-selling 3-month emergency food kit. Now, it's not your typical survival food. Every kit provides over 2,000 calories and 100% of the recommended value of 12 essential vitamins and minerals daily for 90 days. And the meals are delicious. They really go out of their way to try to make this food taste good. They've got chicken, beef, fruits, veggies, quality meals that last up to 25 years in storage and still taste like home-cooked meals. The pandemic taught us how quickly store shelves can empty. I mean, every time a storm comes around in Texas, the shelves are empty. So these 3-month emergency food kits will get you through just about anything. It includes shipping. So this is a disaster replacement warranty that this comes with, 24/7 USA-based support. This special discount is available for a limited time only. Visit preparewithpat.com right now and secure your family's future with a $100 discount. If you order by 3 p.m. today, they'll ship your order within the same day. So you'll have peace of mind right away. Go to preparewithpat.com.
Nice. I love that.
And now, Pat Gray returns.
Continuing on with chewing the fat here today. While you're waiting for your Prepare with Pat order to arrive, you can maybe have a Domino's pizza with a stuffed crust cheese pizza, because up until 2 days ago, Domino's did not have stuffed crust pizza. I did not know that. I mean, they have like 21,000, according to the Wikipedia, which has to be true. They have over 21,000 locations, and they did not have stuffed crust pizza.
Really?
Really weird. In fact, they said that 3/4 of Domino's customers thought they already had stuffed crust. Pizza Hut and Little Caesars and Papa John's all sell stuffed crust. Domino's chief marketing officer, Kate Trumbull, said when Pizza Hut introduced the menu item in 1995, we thought it was just gimmicky and would cause kitchen bottlenecks. No.
It's been 30 years and they're finally getting on board?
The TV ad that launched the stuffed crust was with Donald Trump.
Do you really think this is the right thing for us to be doing, Ivana?
What will people think?
Let them talk.
Donald.
Ivana. It's wrong, isn't it?
But it feels so right.
Then it's a deal?
Yes, we eat our pizza the wrong way.
Crust first.
Introducing stuffed crust pizza from Pizza Hut. With a ring of cheese baked into a totally new, thinner crust, you'll want to eat it the wrong way. Crust first.
May I have the last slice?
Actually, you're only entitled to half.
Large, just $9.99.
Did you hear that, Vlad? You're only entitled to half.
That's great. That was 95?
Pizza Hut sold $300 million worth of stuffed crust in its first year.
Oh, my gosh.
So it's a pretty good ad campaign.
Yeah,
pretty
wow.
good ad campaign.
Wow.
I know. I know you mentioned the Oscars and their numbers, 18.9 million or something like that, down from last year. Maybe that's because Hulu was down at the beginning of the broadcast. Logged everybody out.
I bet that's
couldn't
what
get
it
back
was.
in.
Yeah.
It was agonizing. It drove me insane. They just logged everybody out. Then you couldn't get back in. So I'm sure a lot of people went away for that. And I saw where Grok, X's Grok, predicted the winners perfectly. So I guess it's Grok Stradamus now.
Did it really?
Before the awards on Sunday afternoon, Elon posted this, the Grok's pigs. And
Nora, Sean Baker, Adrian Brody.
Everything, it was probably a pretty good guess, except for Mikey Madison, because everybody thought that was going to go to Demi Moore. The Best Picture maybe was going to go to Conclave, but Nora was clear front runner, and Brody and Culkin won at the SAG. So I mean. And so did Zoe. So Mikey Madison, and I don't mind her. She was great. I loved her in the TV show Better Things. She was awesome in that show. But I'm very disappointed with not having seen Honora yet. I mean, that's right in my wheelhouse.
Sounds like it. Based on Chris's description yesterday, it sounds like it's in your wheelhouse.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It sure is, Fisher. I thought it was directed by you. I waited for the end to see directed by Jeff Fisher, but it wasn't you.
I apologize for not having seen it yet, but the next time we meet,
I'll
probably have it under my belt. Yeah.
Actually, it is streaming, right?
Yes, it is streaming.
Yeah.
$6. So
$6. Wow.
To rent. Sorry, to rent.
That's not bad.
Not bad.
That's not bad at all. And congratulations, you saw Adrian Brody there as the best actor in a leading role. He holds the record for the longest acceptance speech ever now, 5 minutes and 36 seconds.
Wow.
The previous record holder was British actor Greer Garson. She had the Guinness record, as a matter of fact, which is now no longer. She gave an acceptance speech lasting 5 minutes and 30 seconds way back in 1943, the 43 Oscars, for her 42 movie, Mrs. Miniver. They weren't televised at the time, so there's only news clips from it. But you don't have the whole thing. And an interesting fact about Honora, though, is a $6 million indie film. And it's one of the lowest grossing Best Picture winners in Oscar history. If you look at this chart here, I mean, it is the lowest from 1980. But I mean, all these movies that became Best Picture, and Honora has 41 million. I mean, that's nothing. 41 million. I mean, I know it took $6 million to make, and that means that it made money.
Yeah.
And he made a big, strong case for theaters and going to see movies in the theater. Baker did at one of his acceptance speeches. I mean, Honora cleaned house at the Oscars. So, but his big deal was go to the theater, but nobody saw it.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody. That's part of the problem. I mean, I think it's gonna be an issue when people do start seeing it. And it is the strippers and the hookers and the drugs. I mean, I'm okay with it, but I don't know about America.
Yeah, we'll see. 888-933-93. More coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Great speech last night from the president. It was funny. It was powerful.
Never ending.
It was long.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it was long. It ended about 5 minutes ago, so it did end.
It did finally.
It did have
It did
an
finally end?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's why we were
minutes
late
ago.
getting some of the clips in.
Right.
Because they were
Right.
still coming out.
I mean, thank God Lee Greenwood didn't show up.
Oh, no.
But it was worth it because,
So good.
I mean, he made a lot of really good points last night, and the Democrats sat on their hands or held their signs up.
Oh, my gosh.
So asinine.
Grow the hell up.
Oh, my gosh. Save Medicaid. False. Musk steals. That's a lie.
This is not normal.
Oh, my gosh. How many times does he have to say he is not touching Medicare?
Well, I believe me, I don't think he said it.
You don't think he's
I don't
ever,
think he
he's
said
never
it.
said it?
Okay.
You know,
He's cutting them, right?
Well,
the whole
let's-
thing is being cut. shutting it down.
Let's go back a couple of days, all right? And when he was asked about it.
The spending bill that passed last night aims to cut $2 trillion.
Right.
Can you guarantee that Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security will not be touched?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I've said it so many
and-
times, you shouldn't be asking me that question.
Thank you.
Okay? This will not be read my lips. There won't be read my lips anymore. We're not going to touch it. Now, we are going to look for
We're not going to touch
fraud.
it.
I'm sure you're okay with that, like people that shouldn't be
Yeah,
on.
she's probably not.
No way.
Aliens and others, criminals in many cases. And that's with Social Security. We have a lot of people. You see that immediately when you see people that are 200 years old that are being sent checks for Social Security. Some of them are actually being sent checks, so we're tracing that down.
Right. Okay, so here, cut 13. He joked about that last night, ending Social Security for, the fairly aged people.
But a lot of money is paid out to people because it just keeps getting paid and nobody does. And it really hurts Social Security and hurts our country. 1.3 million people from ages 150 to 159 and over 130,000 people, according to the Social Security databases, are age over 160 years old.
Right.
We have a healthier country than I thought, Bobby.
It's so funny.
That's really good.
That is funny.
That's good. One of them was, one of the people was 360 years old. Remember that?
Yeah.
So they were born before the United States was a country. And somehow, in their early hundreds, 150, 160 years old or so, they finally got a Social Security number.
I still think that the Babylon Bee, and they've had so many, but one of their funniest headlines of all time came out of that, where Elon Musk takes military veteran benefits away from Revolutionary War hero. So funny.
That's so good. Also, he blasted President Biden last night and told us all we needed was a new president. It's pretty true. Cut 18.
The media and our friends in the Democrat Party kept saying we needed new legislation. We must have legislation to secure the border. But it turned out that all we really needed was a new president.
Yes! Yes! I mean, the proof is
so good.
Is in the numbers. Look at the numbers.
Oh, yeah.
302,000 in December. 302,000. Last month, 8,300. That seems like a reduction of some kind.
It does seem like a reduction.
Without any new legislation at all. How'd that happen, I wonder? Well, we got a new president, and he has a different attitude. It's amazing how just the attitude makes such a big difference. It's incredible. And we've said that a million times, but this is absolute proof positive of that theory. All right, let me tell you about Beam Organics. Every night, you count on winding down to sleep and waking up energized, but sometimes it just doesn't happen that way, right? Sometimes you need a little help getting to sleep, staying asleep, and then waking up refreshed in the morning. That's where Beam's Dream Powder comes in. So good. The salted caramel is only 15 calories. It has 0 grams of sugar, and it puts you to sleep. Helps you stay asleep longer, helps you wake up ready to face the day. It's fantastic. And it does this with all natural ingredients. Things like reishi, magnesium, melatonin. It'll help you fall asleep and stay asleep longer and wake up refreshed. Just pure energy in the next morning. Tastes amazing. It fits perfectly into your routine, and you'll get your focus back. I mean, there's not too many things that are more important than good sleep to help you function better. So give this a try. It's an American company that is doing things right. And here's the Patriot deal. Get up to 40% off right now on Beam's Dream Powder. Go to shopbeam.com/Pat. Use the promo code Pat at checkout. That's shop, BEAM, shopbeam.com/Pat. Promo code Pat for up to 40% off. Sleep better, live stronger, and start that tonight.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
One of the things he talked about last night was, again, the no tax on tips, which seems to be it's a popular theme. And he also talked about no tax on tips or overtime pay and Social Security, cut 15.
A very big part of our plan, we're seeking permanent income tax cuts all across the board. And to get urgently needed relief to Americans hit especially hard by inflation, I'm calling for no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security benefits for our great seniors.
Which I kind of thought that was...
I did too.
That existed already. I guess not. So after you've paid into that tax, then when it comes back to you, you pay the tax again? What?
I think if it's over a certain amount, right? Honestly, I do not know.
If you tax Social Security, that itself was a tax that we already paid. So when you get just a tiny little portion of it back, you got to be taxed on that again? Is that right?
Okay, up to 50% or even 85% of your Social Security benefits are taxable.
Oh my!
If your provisional or total income, as defined by law, is above a certain base amount. Right. I don't know what that base amount is.
It's insane. It's immoral. It's immoral. The tax situation in this country has to change because it is flat out immoral and wrong. And theft is just government theft. Really tired of it. Really tired of it. So
$25,000 or less is not. So if you have
a combined annual income of $25,000 or less, none. Between $25,000
that's like
and
poverty scale.
And it shouldn't matter because you've paid into it.
You're right.
And it was taken out of your paycheck already.
Yes.
This is just like the death tax, capital gains tax.
It's a double tax. It's a triple tax.
Everything.
If you make between $25,000 and $34,000, it's up to 50%.
Okay.
And if you make more than $34,000, up to 85%.
Wow.
All taxes theft.
Yes.
Bottom line.
That's unbelievable. Look, we fought a war with Great Britain over much less than this. Much less than this. There wasn't even an income tax. They were pissed off about a stamp tax.
Right.
They had to pay a small little fee on the stamps they used and the paper products they bought. They were so pissed about it, they dumped British tea into the harbor. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
We've come a little ways.
We've come a ways since then.
So you're saying that the 85% taxable, if I make $34,000 more, should get me even more upset than stamp?
Yeah,
yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, I might be a little picky that way.
I'm going to rework. I think I just work for tips now.
Yeah, tips and overtime.
I just work for overtime.
That's me.
Yes.
So I guess the overtime we do in the morning is untaxable now.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's the vast majority of what we do.
That's the only thing we get paid for.
That is true. Mm-hmm. The amount of mental work goes
we don't
into
make
that.
any money for this. It's the overtime.
And what we do make for this
for.
is tips.
Yes, this is tips.
Yes, right.
Just the tips.
Wow. Well, TIPS stands for to ensure prompt service. Aren't we prompt every day?
Thank you.
We're here every day.
Really? That's what that stands for?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, you didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Oh, really?
I thought it was just a word tips.
Welcome to America.
Well, English is the real language now. So
that's right.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
buckle down.
So Trump gave a child his dream, his childhood dream. This is a cancer victim, and he made him. This kid has, I guess, always wanted to be a police officer.
Yeah,
and so they made him an honorary Secret Service agent.
Great moment here.
This is cool. 22.
But in 2018, DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer. The doctors gave him 5 months at most to live. That was more than 6 years ago.
Oh. Wow.
I bet the Democrats will stand up for this. Wait.
Nope.
No. Nope. Look at him, man. He's in full uniform.
Since that time, DJ and his dad have been on a quest to make his dream come true, and DJ has been sworn in as an honorary law enforcement officer actually a number of times. The police love him. The police departments love him. And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
That's pretty cool.
That's really cool.
So cool. Oh,
really cool.
And then he hugs the guy. The kid hugged the Secret Service guy.
Yeah.
That was so great.
That's really cool.
Oh, man. Touching.
Yeah. And again, Democrats,
nah, they're not into
They don't
it.
clap. They don't smile. They don't applaud. They don't care about that. Because it came from Trump.
Yeah.
That's how much they hate him. Anything that comes from him, they just automatically despise.
In the words of Rachel Maddow, for the record, this is disgusting. The president made a spectacle out of praising a young man who thus far survived pediatric cancer as if he had something to do with that.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, my gosh.
Yep.
Then there was MSNBC's Nicole Wallace, too, on the 13-year-old. This is cut. Is this 46?
Yeah.
Yeah, cut 46. And it goes a little something.
But I think this was
like
a lesson in finding one thing that you let yourself feel. And I let myself feel joy about DJ. And I hope he's alive for another, 95 years, right? And I hope he lives and the life he wants to live. He wants to be a cop. He knows what he wants to do. And maybe when you have childhood cancer, that crystallizes for you. And I hope he has a long life as a law enforcement officer. But I hope he never has to defend the United States Capitol against Donald Trump supporters. And if he does, I hope he isn't one of the 6 who loses his life to suicide. And I hope he isn't one who has to testify against the people who carried out acts of seditious conspiracy and then live to see Donald Trump pardon those people.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
They just can't help themselves. They can't let the kid have a moment.
Despicable.
They have to make it into something.
She had to politicize the whole thing. Politicize it every single time.
Gosh.
Did she just admit, though, that the cops did not die? Were not killed by the mob for the first time from any of these a-holes that I've ever seen.
Yep, I thought the same thing.
She just admitted that they weren't killed by the mob, that they committed suicide after.
Right.
Huh. Weird. How about that? Thank you for at least that admission. I'll take that.
Well, I mean,
I'll take it. I mean, are you saying then that they all had to kill themselves because of January 6th? That was too traumatic for them. Yes. The rushing of the Capitol and people inside milling and parading was so traumatic for them that they couldn't live any longer. I mean, I can't stand it.
You okay?
No, I'm not. This lie that has persisted now for 4 freaking years is just out of control. It doesn't make any sense. Why did these cops kill themselves over January 6th? Even if they were injured on January 6th. They didn't want to live anymore because somebody hit him in the head with a pole? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
I've been hit in the head before, and that didn't make me want to kill myself. It's just bizarre. Isn't that bizarre? I don't know. We did have the guy just last week, right, who moved the podium 20 feet. Maybe they couldn't handle that.
Oh, yeah.
Lectern guy, yeah.
On their watch, yeah.
The
Adam
lectern,
Johnson,
yeah. Maybe that was too much for him to live with.
I don't know. Lectern story is so amazing.
It's incredible, isn't it?
It's so amazing.
The guy was in solitary confinement for, was it 17 of the days that he was in prison?
I mean, they made such a big deal over that
They sure
stupid
did.
lectern. I could still hear the squeaking wheels of it going across the Capitol Road.
They brought it back.
The lectern is back. It never left.
It never left. Right.
I can't. I just can't.
But it wasn't where it was before, Jeff.
No, it wasn't where it was before.
That's
You're
right.
It left.
He did
You're
move
right.
it 20 feet or so.
20 feet, yep.
Yeah, so
guy
had to pay a
these
price for
people,
that.
man.
Oh,
Sure
I know.
did.
It's out of control.
Solitary confinement, too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Jeez.
Yeah, and he is going to be my guest on my Friday live stream, and I'm going to actually torture him even more with forcing him to watch animal videos on Friday. So I don't know what's worse, the solitary confinement.
Animal videos.
Animal videos.
Animal videos.
How stable is he? Is he stable?
I don't know. We're going to find out, aren't we?
Yeah. All right. Don't push him too far.
I understand.
Please don't.
Okay.
All right. No more than 3.
Don't push him too far. All right. One of the best things in life is a delicious, juicy, tender steak. And when it comes from Tri-Tails, that's exactly what you're going to get. These are from cows that were raised right here in Texas. If you want to buy beef from a family-owned, 5th-generation ranch, I love that aspect of Tri-Tails. Look no further than Tri-Tails beef. You can bring premium Texas beef to your table because these are top-tier cuts. Yeah. They're hand-packed. They're delivered directly to you. And it's USDA prime and choice beef with high-end Black Angus genetics. That ensures that every single bite you're going to take is going to be absolutely delicious. There's no grass-fed gimmicks here. There's just premium, flavorful beef that's been raised the right way and balanced for tenderness and marbling.
I bet you they have Texas strips.
I'll bet you they do. I'll bet you they do.
New York strips from Tri-Tails,
right?
I'll tell you that.
Right? These cattle are pasture-raised, grain-finished by Texans who care about the quality of their product. They're fantastic. So go to trybeef.com/Pat Gray. That's TRY. Trybeef.com/Pat Gray. You'll get 5% off your first order on a one-time purchase. That's TRY. Trybeef.com/Pat Gray. Promo code Pat Gray.
Pat Gray.
Welcome. Oh, man. 888-900-3393. We've had some weird weather in Texas the last few days. Really windy. It was windy. And
oh, gosh, yesterday was nonstop. The dust coming in from West Texas
would not stop. I mean, it was howling all day, like gusts up to 50, 60, 70 miles an hour.
I heard some kind of tornado sirens going off at like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Sirens were going off.
But it wasn't ours.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the sirens close to our house. So
tornado
hit
south of Fort Worth.
Not getting up.
Fine.
Tornado hit here in Irving. So it was.
There were actual touchdowns, right?
Yeah, it wasn't that close to here, but Irving's a big city. So, but there were quite a few. One out near me. It was crazy. Yeah, and then the dust storm showing up on the satellite imagery yesterday. That's why the sky was yellow. That was gross.
Well, you know you're in trouble when Plano, it's 70 degrees in Plano, and it's 49 degrees in South Lake.
Yeah.
Which are separated by 45 minutes in the same metropolitan area. Yeah. And so when those two meet, it's not good.
Yeah.
It's not a good situation.
Flashbacks.
Were you? Of the F-Zero that you experienced?
All I know is a tornado hit my house. I'm the only one in this room
it actually
that's had
took
a tornado actually
two
hit
shingles
their home.
off the
roof.
roof.
It took more than that, my friend. It took more than that.
An F-Zero.
I don't rate them. I just know it hit the house.
I don't rate them.
Man. And so bad that you had to eventually leave that house.
Thank you. Yeah, the house was damaged. I had rooms damaged. It was more than just a couple of shingles.
It was like a handful, Pat.
It was three. It was three shingles.
Yeah.
Enough for three droplets of rain to come through.
Make fun if you want, but it was tough to get through.
I know. We were all with you. It was.
But everything's good now, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got it
good
fixed.
now?
Well,
you move.
I mean, until I hear the sirens.
Have you been by the house?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. Did they ever finally get it?
It's demolished completely down. No, it's not.
Oh,
it's still there. It's still there.
Did they fix it finally?
I feel like they didn't do it the way I would have done it, but
really,
the people are living in it. So
do tell us, how would you have fixed it, handyman?
Well, first you got to get some plaster of Paris.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's important.
It's important.
Can we fix it?
Paris.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
All right, we still have some feel-good moments from the speech last night from President Trump. They had the guy who got accepted at West Point.
Yes, Jason Hartley, I think is his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love this stuff.
Watch this.
A young man, Jason Hartley, who knows the weight of that call of duty. Jason's father, grandfather, and great-grandfather all wore the uniform. Jason tragically lost his dad, who was also a Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputy when he was just a boy, and now he wants to carry on the family legacy of service.
Wow.
Jason is a senior in high school, a 6-letter varsity athlete, a really good athlete, they say, a brilliant student with a 4.46, that's good, GPA.
That's good, yeah.
And his greatest dream is to attend the U.S. Military Academy at West Point.
It's cool. Show us the Democrats. What are they doing?
Right.
Yeah, no kidding. They want the wars. They got to have people go shoot
Right.
military schools.
Right.
He does not know what's coming next here. Not at all.
And Jason, that's a very big deal getting in. That's a hard one to get into. But I'm pleased to inform you that your application has been accepted. You will soon be joining the Corps of Cadets.
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many of these Americana moments last night. Man.
Yeah. Yep.
Look at that. These guys are clapping, huh?
You are lying. Trump gave some numbers. I don't know if it's in the script, but
Show the Supreme Court, though. The Supreme Court, I don't think they can applaud either, right? Do they?
Yeah, they just sit there. Like
I think they just sit there.
Jason, you're going to be on the long gray line, Jason.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, that's really nice. All right, 888-900-3393. You got more coming up.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome. Great to have you with us. Still wrapping up President Trump's speech last night. It was a long one, but it was a great one. He just, like 15 minutes ago. So we're still getting the little clips that are pouring in right now.
So if we put the 18-minute together along with the 7-minute together, you got 22 minutes. You sell it with 8 minutes of ads, you got 30 minutes.
Longest speech ever. Yeah, right. That's what you have. And it was. It exceeded Clinton's previous record. But President Trump had a message for the people of Greenland last night.
I love this.
Cut 25.
And I also have a message tonight for the incredible people of Greenland.
I know, we just said that.
We strongly support your right to determine your own future.
Do we? Mm-hmm.
And if you choose, we welcome you into the United States of America. We need Greenland for national security and even international security, and we're working with everybody involved to try and get it. But we need it really for international world security. And I think we're going to get it. One way or the other, we're going to get it.
One way or the other, we're going to get it. We're just going to take it.
We will keep you safe.
That's great.
We will make you rich, and together
I don't think
we
they
will
know
take
that
Greenland to heights like you have never thought possible before.
Oh.
It's a very small population.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very
cold,
large piece of land, and very, very important for military security.
Mm-hmm. Rare earth minerals.
Rare earths.
And, other things as well. So
you want me to send you back to where you were? Unemployed in Greenland?
apparently Vicini didn't think it was that
we're
special.
Just gonna take
right?
it. We're just going to take it.
Yeah, we're just going to we're going to get it one way or the other. I think we'll get it one way or the other.
Come along nicely, or we're just going to take it. I love that. That's what I said all along.
I know.
We just plant the flag, do something.
Yeah,
it's ours.
Do something. Oh, speaking of planting flags.
Watch the Dutch come after us, though.
Oof. Yeah, I know.
You don't want none of that.
You don't. They start throwing those shoes, man.
Yeah. We're going to also plant our flag on Mars, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Clip 27?
With God's help, over the next 4 years, we are going to lead this nation even higher, and we are going to forge the freest, most advanced, most dynamic, and most dominant civilization ever to exist on the face of this earth. We are going to create the highest quality of life, build the safest and wealthiest and healthiest and most vital communities anywhere in the world. We are going to conquer the vast frontiers of science, and we are going to lead humanity into space and plant the American flag on the planet Mars and even far beyond.
And do something
even
that.
far beyond.
Wow. Like what? Where else?
I don't know.
That's far beyond.
Pluto.
I like that. Well, I mean, that would be the only other place you could do it. Going further than Mars would be Pluto, because the next stops are gas planets. So can't plant 80 flags on those. You know, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune.
There's some Earth-like planets
Uranus.
out there.
You're going to plant a flag on Uranus?
Outside of,
no.
I'm sorry, what?
That would give Pluto some street cred again.
Yeah, if we planted a flag on it,
it'd be a planet.
Yes.
Make Pluto a planet again, MPPA.
Right.
Oh,
yes.
Look at that. See this? Look at that. There's the planet of Jupiter, also known as Jeffy, if you're in the know.
It's got his own gravitational mass. So
that's what that is.
I'm curious what the Space Force is up to out there, or going to be.
The Space Force?
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to be the ones planting
They
the flag.
absolutely will, yeah.
And then to quote Jeff Fisher, do something about it.
Do something. Do it. We're here now. It's ours. And that's why they need to get over.
Yeah.
We just landed a rover on the moon. I'll tell you what they're doing on Friday during the Fat Five. But the moon is ours. Okay, the moon belongs to the United States of America. You can, I know Japan and China and India is doing their thing.
No,
it's cute.
They've never been there with people.
It's ours.
Yeah,
it's ours.
We're the only ones that have landed people there.
You can send your little rovers up. The moon is ours.
It's cute.
It's
adorable.
Yeah, it is cute.
The rover thing is adorable.
It is.
Hold on, Chris. Don't say that in my ear. Say it on the microphone. Okay.
Did we land people in the moon?
Stop it. Oh, my gosh. Yes! We landed people on the moon 6 times! Did we fake it every time?
Now you're getting out of hand.
Wait a minute. Hold on. New layer here.
Yeah.
Did we fake it? Every time? That leaves wiggle room here.
That does.
Pat Gray,
No,
are you suggesting
that shows how stupid the theory is.
Hold on.
Because if you faked it the first time, you must have faked it the next
You
5.
had to, right. You had to.
right?
Yeah, you had
so
to.
come on. Use your noodle on that.
No, we faked the first one because we couldn't make it, and then we're like, oh, yeah, let's make it. And then the next ones.
And then the next one?
The next 5.
Then what difference does it make if we fake the first one?
We might as well send them back.
Yeah, right?
The set was a rental. We had to bring it
Anybody
back.
ever see movies in 1969, 1970, 71,
Right.
and 72? You see movies then? The special effect thing was not at a point where you could fool anybody. Okay? Did you see Capricorn 1? Anybody see that? 1979? Yeah. That was 79. Come on.
That's going to be awesome when Elon Musk and his Doge team uncovers the receipts for the storage facility and props.
When he does recover those receipts, why then we'll talk. But
The movie Fly Me to the Moon with
I saw
Scarlett
that.
Johansson, that makes it a really good point.
Does it?
Yes, it does.
What was the really good
they
point?
built the set because they were
afraid.
if it didn't work, right?
Yeah.
The feed would not come back. Yes.
Right. But as you see in that movie, it did work.
Yes.
We got there, and they didn't have to use the fake. Although the guy who ordered the fake thought it was the fake.
Yes.
Right? Isn't that what happened in that?
That's exactly what happened, yes.
Yeah.
What movie is that? Fly Me to the Moon?
Fly Me to the Moon, yeah. But it just came out last year, so...
Scarlett Johansson.
You'll catch it in 50 years or so.
50 years from
Don't
now,
worry
yeah.
about it.
Channing Tatum.
Is the Frank Sinatra song in that? Because now it's in my head.
No, it's not.
I don't think it is. No, which would have made a lot of sense.
It would make a lot of sense.
Yes.
At least some point on the radio in a car or something to have it playing.
Yeah, but apparently no. All right, so here's where President Trump talked about the letter that Volodymyr Zelenskyy sent him.
Received an important letter from President Zelenskyy of Ukraine. The letter reads, Ukraine is ready to come to the negotiating table as soon as possible to bring lasting peace closer. Nobody wants peace more than the Ukrainians, he said. My team and I stand ready to work under President Trump's strong leadership to get a peace that lasts. We do really value how much America has done to help Ukraine maintain its sovereignty and independence. Regarding the agreement on minerals and security, Ukraine is ready to sign it at any time that is convenient for you.
Whatever.
I appreciate that he sent this letter. Just got it a little while ago.
All time.
Me too. I appreciate it.
it too.
I would have appreciated it a lot more if he would have been
just signed the deal on Friday.
Let's do the script Friday.
Do it Friday, and you were here, and you had to make some kind of stand.
You made a point of having to be here.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we allowed it to happen. In the middle of your war-torn country, you were able to sneak away and come to the U.S.
Interesting.
It is interesting.
It is. Yeah, it's fascinating.
Yeah.
I wonder if somebody talked sense into him in Europe.
Well, they had to have. They had to have. His own
I think they did the
country
math. I think when he got over to London, they sat down and did some back-of-the-envelope math, and they were like, oh, crap, we can't do this without America.
Can't do it. So,
I mean, they know they
might want to crawl back to him.
Is J.D. Vance going to have a one-on-one with Volod?
That'd be awesome.
I'd love to see that.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
I don't really care, Margaret.
Awesome.
The president also talked about ending the war, Cut 26.
I'm also working tirelessly to end the savage conflict in Ukraine.
Yes.
Millions of Ukrainians and Russians have been needlessly killed or wounded in this horrific and brutal conflict with no end in sight. The United States has sent hundreds of billions of dollars to support Ukraine's defense with no security, with no anything.
Awesome.
No security, no anything.
Do you want to keep it going for another 5 years?
No.
Yeah. You would say Pocahontas says yes.
I mean, calling her Pocahontas, I know she's terrible and everything, but
yes, she is.
She is a U.S. senator.
So what? He's a U.S. president. They didn't respect him at all. All night long, they disrespected him.
I mean, it's hilarious.
All night long.
On the national stage,
Pocahontas. That is fantastic.
Jeffy sticking up for.
I'm not sticking up for her.
girl.
She's a senator. She is a senator.
He's a
hate her or
president.
not. I mean, she's
he
terrible.
gave him the respect that they gave him. I say more power to him.
It's a great line. It's a great line.
It's a great line.
And by the way, Bernie Sanders was there. He said he was not going to attend.
He did say he wasn't going to be there.
He was there in the back.
Oh, wow.
Was he bundled up and sitting in a lawn chair or no? Oh, that's only outside.
That was only outside, yes.
Wow.
Oh, he did show up? I don't remember.
Yeah, he said he was going to skip it.
He said he was going to skip it, but there was one of the clips that I saw him just hanging on the back in an empty row.
Interesting. What a bunch of gutless.
Right? Yes. What was your next word going to be? You gutless?
Yeah, gutless.
Just what a bunch of gutless.
No, we want to know. We want to know your unfiltered thoughts.
Maybe it was wonders. What
Something like that, yeah.
Gutless wonders.
Something like that,
Yeah. All right. If you're looking for a gift that's simple but stands out, let me show you this box of delicious Kexi cookies. You like that?
I do.
Yeah. It's
like what's inside, if there's actually things inside.
There actually are cookies.
Oh, my gosh.
Inside. Look at that. You open this up.
What is that?
Oh.
Is that glow in the dark?
Ooh, that's... I hope not. I don't think so.
Which one is that one?
This is the Irish cream brownie.
Oh,
it's infused.
Looks
as my son
beautiful.
says, it's infused with the spirit of the Emerald Isle.
Oh.
I would do that in an Irish accent if I could do Irish, but I can't. And a generous pour of Irish cream. Sure and Bigora. These brownies, these are so good that even leprechauns would trade their pot of gold for a bite.
Is
that incredible?
I'll take that. If you're giving them
want
away.
That?
I thought I was going to take that one.
Please
Well,
don't.
you can.
I was going to take that one.
You're not going to be
There's another
offended
one.
if I come in here with a pot of gold tomorrow. You'll know what happened.
We also have the chocolate mint.
Yes, please.
Yeah. All right.
There you
There's
go,
one
Fisher.
for Jeffy. That is chocolate based with semi-sweet chocolate top. And no, that does not glow in the dark either. Topped with our in-house mint frosting. I mean, this stuff is so delicious. And these are all our obvious spring
I was going to say,
flavors.
is that all the new flavors?
Yeah.
So you have the M&M in there?
Yeah, we do have the M&M right there. Oh, look at that. Right there. So these cookies are delicious. You need to try them if you haven't yet. Here's what one of our customers said. I ordered a box of 6 cookies, said Gwen, a variety for Valentine's Day. We put them in the freezer, shared one night. The warning on the box should read, get ready for your next addiction or purchase a size up. Bottom line, best cookies we've ever eaten. Thank you for using milk chocolate chips. Thank you for making them the size of manhole covers. And thank you for making them with quality ingredients. Yum. Yes, thank you, Gwen. Appreciate that. So if you'd like to give these a try, please do. It's Keksi.com, Keksi.com, Keksi.com.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
We have? Really? Oh, wow. I had no idea. I got nobody up on the screen there.
Yeah.
Chris.
Well,
so
do we know the
Chris
name?
in Illinois.
Oh, Chris in Illinois.
Are you there?
I got a bingo.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
I didn't know we even hit a bingo.
I did not either.
All right, well, we'll discover this together. Tell us where this surprise bingo occurred for you, Chris.
I mean, you better not be. You better be truthful about it. I'll tell you that.
True.
Mm-hmm. Keith says it's true. All right, go ahead.
100% truthful.
All right.
It starts going down with Chris saying, "I have a guy."
All right.
And then you just played the clip with J.D. Vance saying, "I don't really care, Margaret."
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then Pat called Jeffy his bitch.
Wait.
No, that's a different.
No. You're on the wrong. No, you were on the right column. Keep going underneath Vance.
Yeah.
It was Vance, and then it was Happy. It was the Happy New Year.
Yeah.
No,
No?
it's going straight down. Straight down.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
I called Jeffy his bitch. That was on Monday.
That's the wrong line.
Okay, hold on. This is not working out so well.
Okay, so because Pat didn't call me that, okay?
Well, he did.
Well, I did.
But that's not getting her down the column.
That's not straight down the column.
Regroup. Chris, look at your card, okay, and listen to me. Chris, I have a guy. Vance, I don't really care, Margaret. What's right under Vance?
Right under Vance on my card says, Pat calls Jeffy his bitch.
Okay, that's weird.
Happened?
That's weird?
Because
Because on our card we have Happy Pat Gray New Year, and then we have
Happy Pat New Year, too.
and you do have that one too.
all right, quality control. What's
Okay.
happening here?
Now I have to look. Is that what it is?
All right, did you get set up with all the stuff, or did you get the? You got the cookies. You got the
We got
merchandise.
what is happening?
All right. Okay.
I did, and the screener verified it. So
All right.
that it was a
Screener
bingo.
verified. It's verified by a screener.
Oh no,
She's right.
Screener
It's
got-
different.
Oh no, kill me.
She's right. It's different
Just
on the.
kill-
it's
on the
different?
X post.
Oh wow.
It's time for a blue ribbon panel. What has
All
happened?
right, Chris. Well, we messed up, so you got it. But thank you.
Oh no.
Thanks for setting us
Oh,
straight.
I love it. So
Thanks, Chris.
Pat's like, okay, we're good here. Now we get to deal with the fallout from all of the listeners that have been playing bingo on different cards. Oh my Lord.
Yeah. Well.
Well, looks like we're the only ones playing with the different card.
Oh no.
Yeah.
They're playing with the one.
They're playing with the one from.
Yeah, from what's posted on the X account.
I didn't
Yeah.
hear anybody when we originally went over it Monday morning.
No, I didn't either.
Yeah.
That's
I see.
interesting.
I see the card that is pinned to the top of Pat Gray Unleashed is different than the one we have in house.
Okay, that's just weird. How did that happen? That's just weird.
All signs
All right.
point to Keith.
Well,
Who makes them?
wins.
Who
She
makes
wins.
them?
Just too muck and fudge. But then I'm the one that promotes them. That's me.
Mm-hmm.
I got to go back and look and see how.
Happen?
I have no idea.
That is really weird.
Okay, well, we'll regroup on this end. So thank you, Chris, for being correct.
Yes.
I'm sorry
Good
to
job,
everybody
Chris.
else. And here we are.
We tried to direct her to the wrong list. She wouldn't go there, though.
She kept repeating, she's wrong.
No, it's
It's
no,
us. It's apparently
I'm
us.
telling you, you said he's your bitch. Okay.
Yeah. It's a shame that we got stuck on that.
I love that we got stuck on that.
Y'all, I'm sorry. I have no idea what happened. I'll have to go back and figure that out.
Bizarre.
We will figure it out, yes.
All right. Okay, that's bizarre. Which is more bizarre? The fact that people think we didn't go to the moon, or that the bingo card somehow wound up different on
the bingo card.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought too.
I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know.
Weird.
Sorry doesn't flap the flapjacks.
Doesn't what?
Hold on.
Sorry.
Hold on. Just too muck and fudge.
Sorry doesn't flap the flapjacks.
There's a future bingo square. Jeff Fisher saying
Sorry doesn't flap the flapjacks. That's a new one. I don't either. That's one I'm unfamiliar with.
Well,
did you just make that up now?
I'm just
okay.
No, answer the
worry
question.
about.
Don't worry about.
Okay, we don't need that square anymore. Well, hell, I don't know. Maybe we do. Maybe it's on a third card somewhere.
All right. So Senator Elissa Slotkin from Michigan had the Democrat response, and she talked about where the best ideas come from.
Okay.
I'm interested in hearing this because I don't think anyone else heard it.
Oh, okay.
I
I know nobody watched it.
I mean, we give her this. They have to have their response.
Yeah,
and
nobody watched.
No. I mean, I know my television went off.
Oh, mine too.
All right, let's see here.
Here she is.
Part one. Some of the most important movements in our history have come from the bottle up.
Amen.
From the what?
From the bottle.
From the bottle up. Up. There you go. Nancy Pelosi endorsed response by the Democrats.
Part one. Some of the most important movements in our history have come from the bottle up.
Okay.
And that's a fact.
Did she ever correct that or
rock and roll, man?
No, I think she's right about it. But also, we've got Stephen A. Smith laying down some facts on The View. I want to see this before we leave. This is fun stuff.
And he's been going around with his cronies touting his so-called landslide and blowout win. But he won the popular vote by 1.5%, one of the smallest ever, and he won the general election by less than 50%. So what kind of mandate is this really?
Well, it is a mandate, and I'm going to explain why. And I don't mind the question, but let me be very clear. I'm no supporter of Trump. I'm a supporter of truth and the facts. And here's the facts. The man won every swing state. He increased in terms of his voter turnout in his favor from the standpoint of blacks, Latinos, and young voters. He increased his numbers in that regard from 2020. 89% of the counties shifted to the right. That's a mandate.
Thank you.
We can sit up there and play around all we want to. In 2020, Trump didn't win the popular vote. He didn't win the electoral college vote. A matter of fact, the Republicans hadn't won the popular vote, if I remember correctly, since 2004. But they did this year. So 20 years after they last won a popular vote, they won the popular vote. They won the electoral college vote. The man won every swing state. And on top of it all, 89% of the counties shifted against. I don't understand how people can look at that and say, there's no mandate. There's a mandate.
That's a different definition of a mandate, I guess.
But the problem is that if you're the Democratic Party and you lost 49.8% to 48.3%, and you're looking at that 1.5% dip, that's an excuse for you to say, what we did really wasn't that bad. We should continue to do that. Don't continue to do it. Find a new strategy.
Nice. That's good.
Yep.
I guess we have
I like
a different definition of what mandate means.
Yeah. She
looks for support. No, nothing there.
The worst.
Can I just, real quick, I just want to point out, yes, the bingo card clearly was wrong, but Chris was the only one to call in. She had bingo, so there's no controversy.
No controversy.
Technically, because nobody...
Yeah, we were the ones working on the wrong sheet.
Correct, but she's the only one to call in, and
Right.
she did have a bingo.
Yeah.
So I don't want people to think, I mean, it doesn't fix it, but she is the only one that noticed we had a legitimate bingo.
Bro, you got to let it go. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, we got it. She had a bingo on the card. We were
got
looking at a wrong card given to us by...
What else we got,
I guess
Pat?
someone.
I don't know. Somebody.
Trying to move on. Just wanted to clarify.
All right. So
what else you got?
Now you have. Let's see. We got the Dems messaging on Trump.
Okay, so
what is that?
Yesterday morning, Chuck Schumer video came out, and then an Elizabeth Warren video came out, and then a Cory Booker video came out, and it was verbatim the same attack on Trump. And before you knew it, there were. Well, it starts with this clip here. Okay, I wouldn't play the whole thing, but go ahead with the Schumer one. 28.
Chucky
When I win, I will immediately bring prices down starting on day one.
That ain't true. That's what you just
Same
heard.
script. Okay.
Since day one.
All right, you can stop this. Because before it was all said and done, 23 Democrats made the same video.
When I win, I will immediately bring prices down starting on day one.
How my gosh.
Pathetic are they?
Again, they're embarrassing. It's seriously embarrassing.
And why are we holding microphones now? What is this new
That's a
fad?
TikTok
How
thing.
does
That's a
that
TikTok
happen?
thing.
Same script. Who wrote
a memo goes out,
Who
right?
wrote it?
That has to be. This is not organic stuff. 23 senators don't decide, you know what, I'm going to hold a microphone and I'm going to read this script. And then everybody else does the same thing just by accident? No. No. With the same script? I mean, listen to this. They're saying the same thing.
Gross.
Good gosh,
Same
that's
pop-ups
amazing.
during the speech, everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
the exact same.
amazing.
Wow. Again, they're pathetic and they're embarrassing.
Wow.
Incredible.
Don't
All right.
understand that.
Well, we've got overtime coming up today, and then we'll see you back here tomorrow.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.